Welcome to the Week 12 Going for Green update. I'm a little early this week. I'm heading to Cancun on Thursday, returning Tuesday, so I'll be back in time for next week's update. But anxious to get some sun and some drinking in. Let's get to the scores for Week 12. Move the Chains just snuck past Ready for Football, 0.4 points. Pocket Rockets beat up on onside kick. Bikini Bottom beat up on 4th and long. Doc got past Hail Mary. Finn Daddy beat up on the new guy. And Guinness Gas beat Nighthawks in our lowest two scoring teams. And our top two scores of the week go to Bikini Bottom, their second time in the top two, and Finn Daddy's first time in the top two. Some notables: Finn Daddy passed Crash in all-time wins. And a new feature, Heartbreak Replay. We had two very close games this week. Move the Chains beat Ready for Football by 4 yards. And that's Ready for Football's second 4-yard loss in 4 weeks. Previous was to the new guy. So going into Sunday night, Move the Chains only had a 1% chance of winning. They trailed by 14 points. They had Miles Sanders going against A.J. Brown and the Philly D. It wasn't looking good. But Miles Sanders had a great game, 31.5 points. But still, with 9 minutes left, Move the Chains trailed by a couple points and only had an 18% chance of winning. Things started looking bad for Move the Chains when Jordan Love came in, but he was throwing bullets around the field. No sacks, no interceptions, and he drove Green Bay down for a field goal on their last drive. And when Philly recovered the onside kick, Move the Chains started seeing some hope that they could get some rushing yards. And certainly they only needed 7 yards, and they got it as Sanders gained 11 yards on the last 3 plays to clinch the game for Move the Chains. A crazy game. Sorry, Andy and Steph. It was one of those days. And then in our other heartbreak game, Hail Mary was looking to beat Doc to keep their division title hopes alive. Going into Monday Night Football, Hail Mary only trailed Doc by 14 points and had Najee Harris going. Doc was done, but Harris got knocked out of the game in the third quarter after scoring only 10.4 points. And his replacement scored 13.3 points, and his only points of the season, which certainly would have gone to Harris. So a heartbreaking loss as Hail Mary lost by 4 points. Our miscellaneous updates, our Week 12 average score was 118 versus 105 last year. We had a slight uptick in our percentage versus prior year. Our average score is 1394 versus 1317, up 5.8%. Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted by Paris rolling the ball around the room. We had $60 in transactions this week, a pretty light week, and we actually have fallen behind last year's pace by $15. Bye weeks are back. We have 2 teams on bye this week, Cardinals and Panthers. Make sure you check your lineup to avoid the bye week penalty. 3 teams have now clinched playoff spots: Guinness Gas, Doc, and Move the Chains. And we only have 1 team eliminated. 4th and Long is eliminated from postseason chances. And our standings after 12 weeks: Move the Chains close to clinching the division, but not quite clinched, has a 2-game lead over Ready for Football and Pocket Rockets. Doc, a 4-game lead over Hail Mary. And Guinness Gas, a 4-game lead over Nighthawks. And you can see it, and I'll talk about it on the next page. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 teams in the 6-6, 5-7 range that are fighting for the last 5 playoff spots. But hey, New Guy and Onside Kick still have a chance to jump in to get the last playoff spot. Here's our week 13 schedule. We have 2 seeded matchups, but the game of the week, number 3, Move the Chains against number 6, Pocket Rockets. We have Ready for Football against Onside Kick, Bikini Bottom against Doc, 4th and Long against Hail Mary, New Guy against Guinness Gas, and Fin Daddy against Nighthawks. And in the playoff picture, Move the Chains can finally clinch the division with the win. Pocket Rockets, though, needs a win to try to separate themselves from the 6 teams that sit in that 6-6 and 5-7 range with only 5 spots available. Ready for Football, Onside Kick. And like Pocket Rockets, Ready for Football is in that 6-6, 7-5, but it's 5-7 logjam. Fire the editor for not seeing this mistake. All right, 6-6, 5-7 logjam. And Onside Kick must win to have any hopes of a postseason berth. Bikini Bottom and Doc. Bikini Bottom holds a 5-point tiebreaker advantage over Fin Daddy. So they need a win, and they need to keep a good score to maintain any tiebreaker over Fin Daddy on that final playoff spot. Doc playing for the number 1 seed. 4th and Long and Hail Mary. Well, 4th and Long is now just trying to be a spoiler and knock Hail Mary off the pace from the other 6-6 and 5-7 teams. New Guy, hey, New Guy, and Guinness Gas. So like Onside Kick, this is a must-win for the New Guy to keep any postseason hopes alive, and Guinness Gas is just trying to hold on to the number 1 seed. Fin Daddy, Nighthawks. So as mentioned, Fin Daddy trails the final playoff spot tiebreaker by 5 points. So they need a win, and they need to outscore Bikini Bottom to take back that final playoff spot heading into the final week. Nighthawks is one of the 6-6, 5-7 logjam teams, and they need a win to stay near the top of that grouping. Looking at our luck index, we had a slight change where Move the Chains moved into the lucky category and Onside Kick moved into the marginal category. Fin Daddy would be in if we were going by the breakdown, and Hail Mary would be out. And again, there wasn't much change on the lucky side of the variance, but the unlucky variance shrunk a little bit, so the overall spread still continues to shrink. And I want to wish everyone a good luck this week, heading into our final 2 weeks. And I will be back from Mexico Tuesday night and send a new update next week. Everyone have a good week.